This summer, Prime Video takes you back before Legally Blonde, before law school, and into the world of Elle Woods in high school. Set in 1995, this Gemini vegetarian knows exactly who she is until her family moves from Bel Air to Seattle. Packed with iconic fashion, 90s nostalgia, and a throwback soundtrack, Elle proves one thing. Law school was hard. High school was harder. From the world of Legally Blonde, watch Elle, a new original series only on Prime Video. Watch now.
What up? It's interview style where we talk about movies and stuff. You know that once upon a time I wanted to start a new podcast and I wanted to call it Superfan, where I as an interviewer would talk to people who I really admire and be like, I really appreciate the hard work that you put into X project, or this one meant a lot to me, or it moved me, and try to do so in a removed way over Skype or something that wouldn't be creepy. You know what I mean? Like a super fan, but we're both professionals here. I'm a podcaster. You're a celebrity. Let's talk kind of way. And the first person that came to mind for my proposed or conceived Superfan podcast, unfortunately, is no longer with us. And that is the man that we've lost. We lost 10 years ago, who would have been 80 this year and who died at 69, almost 70. That was Alan Rickman, the great Alan Rickman. So I wanted to ask you, because his roles weren't super varied. He was in a lot of stuff, but notably for some great things that stand out, like multiple sore thumbs. If you had a whole hand full of thumbs. So if there was a Mount Rickman that had space for 4 Alan Rickman characters, which performances for Alan Rickman would you put on Mount Rickman?
Die Hard.
Hans Gruber, not up for debate. Absolutely. He's the George Washington position on Mount Rickman.
Supervillain, Hans Gruber. Snape.
Severus Snape, the most sustained in his later career. 7. Harry Potter. 8, if you count the fact that Deathly Hallows was split into 2. A major character, and the one for which he is probably, for the younger generations, most recognized. Professor Severus Snape. Scary, but an extremely important character.
I'm going to eat your heart out with a spoon.
The Scene Stealer. The iconic Sheriff of Nottingham in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, The Curse of the Black Pearl, a Knives Out mystery.
Do it.
Loxley, I'm going to cut your heart out with a spoon. And dude,
but why a spoon?
Because it's dull, you twit. It'll hurt more. Dude, do you know that Alan Rickman, despite all his theatrical training and all that stuff, suffered from a speech impediment, a birth defect, wherein the muscles in his jaw are tighter than average, which results when he emotes in this kind of drawling kind of thing.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. I did not know that.
But you're going to need another one. There's 4 spots and you've named 3.
Okay. I can only think of one other Alan Rickman performance just off the cuff. And that is in Holiday Favorite, our discussion for which is available at orwhatevermovies.com, wherever you get podcasts. Love Actually.
His name was Harry in that film, and he plays one of the more difficult storylines. It's not happy crappy for romance. Some sad stuff happens in Love Actually. Some almost entirely devoid, not of comedy, but of romance and the romantic comedy that this movie professes to be. The ultimate romantic comedy is the tagline. But are you noticing a trend here?
Bad guys?
Bad guys.
They're more interesting.
Dude, you don't hurt Dame Emma Thompson, especially by stepping out on her with some office slag. You don't do that to Dame Emma Thompson. And he almost did it. Spoiler. Hans Gruber, definitely a bad guy. Sheriff of Nottingham, the worst. And Professor Severus Snape, without spoilers, still, for the vast majority of the time, a bad guy. I think he's the one. I think Harry in Love Actually is the one, despite playing a relatively small role and a kind of a sad role in a large ensemble cast. Do you think Harry beats out Alexander Dane, a.k.a. Dr. Lazarus, in Galaxy Quest, which you didn't see because you don't watch movies?
Yes.
What about Absalom, the caterpillar, the blue caterpillar of Alice in Wonderland?
Obviously.
I don't know about obviously. Yes, he was in a bunch of other stuff, but so iconic are 3 out of those 4 roles, just cannot be denied. And Mount Rickman seems pretty intact without much of a second thought, right?
Pretty good.
Yep. He's got this weird, quiet strength and dignity, so that maybe because he knows when he yells, it's going to be almost unintelligible. I don't know if you remember Robin Hood Men in Tights, the Mel Brooks send-up of Robin Hood Prince of Thieves, where the character who played Sheriff of Nottingham, the comedian who played him, it was all gibberish, and sometimes his words were backwards.
Is that commentary on Alan Rickman's speech impediment?
Maybe, but it was obviously meant to be fun, and I'm going to call it imitation, the sincerest form of flattery. Love Alan Rickman, feel his loss every time a movie like this comes down the pipe, where we need someone with real dignity, a British actor who I wouldn't have thought so, but who really stretched into different genres. And it takes a lot to have a refined person be such an emotive, quotable, memorable bad guy, kind of across the board.
Rest in peace.
Man, love that dude. Thanks for playing. Okay, love you. Goodbye.
Electricast. There's a change happening in the way we live, the way we work, the way we spend our money and make our decisions. We are evolving to be more conscious in our actions in a way that serves the world and makes it a better place. Welcome to the Ethical Evolution. The mission is simple, to spread stories of collective change that make the world a better place, understanding that to create collective change, we need to be the change. It all begins with us. Electricast.